So I already did this joke, but welcome to the STJP podcast, brought to you by Dyslexia.
Now, I would say that shit would trigger someone, and they'll like write a strongly worded like comment, but they'll probably struggle with that too. That's fuck. That's Aaron. I'm Marion. Zara's probably in this episode as well. Hope you guys enjoy the show. This episode also should be featuring music from Kiedo. If you like the music, feel free. No, don't feel free. Fucking check it out in the description, or I will fucking kill you.
Aggressive. Has anybody been scared recently or ever? Have you ever been? What's the most scared you've ever been? I was trying to think of it, but
Zara, go first.
It's pretty boring, my answer.
I guess when I was running away from police, that's real scary.
Ooh, give us the tea, nigga. You want it?
It's honestly not that big a deal.
Nah, nigga. You running from the bobo. Tell me.
This is like, I think this is like over a winter break. Some winter break, I think in middle school or like 6th grade, something like that, 6th or 7th grade. Me and my friends were just hanging out. And like we decided to enter the school because like earlier in the day, like probably 12 or something, we found out that they like left the school gates open. So we're just like going inside. We were kind of like just messing the place up, like throwing trash, like just digging around, and then we decided to leave, right? Just because we got bored. But then we came back later in the day at like, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something with more friends. And at that point we just went into we were entering the front gate, right? But I noticed that there was a police car that just went past us. So like, okay, let's not go inside. So we waited like 30 minutes, right? No other police showed up. So we were like, okay, I guess we'll go back in. And we just went to the playground. We were just hanging out. We weren't even doing anything bad at that point. But at some point, a friend noticed the helicopter was like circling us for like several minutes. So at that point, everyone's like booking it. But all my friends are complete idiots because they went to like the office building, which is like the back, right? And which is not the front gate at all. So I didn't know what happened to them, but I was the only one who just went out the front gate where there were any police or anything. But the issue was that I had the helicopter on me, so I was just like, I don't know, I was trying to like find bushes or something. Like I went like at least like several miles where the helicopter was still following me. But at some point it like turned back and I was relieved, but I found out like later that like my friends ran into like the cops. They were like waiting at that back parking lot by the office where they all got caught, but they didn't get like in trouble or anything. So it was like kind of whatever. But yeah, I guess that was pretty terrifying.
Damn, GTA nigga. Okay. Yeah, this nigga is a criminal. Oh my god, this mother. I didn't know you. I don't think I want to be in the podcast with a convicted felon. I'm sorry for anybody that has been done wrong by his type of kind.
Honestly, that's not even the worst like actual thing we've done.
Oh, do tell, motherfucking Pablo Escobar's fucking El Chapo.
Why do you say Pablo Escobar?
This nigga is Hispanic. That's why. I'll say it again. This nigga is Big Papi on campus. Okay. I won't fuck with you no more, Punti.
We got a bunch of dumb stuff when I was younger.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that sounds like some Arizona shit. just trying to have a good time in the fucking desert.
Heat melts your brain. Yeah, you gotta do something.
I mean, I feel like that's why the Middle East can't get it together. But anyway, I'm just saying, bro, that hot ass, them niggas been wilding for ever. It's the heat. If you pop it off on Jesus, not once, but then nigga, first the heat. But anyway, For me being scared, I have a good couple, I guess. One, finding out I had cancer. I thought I was a goner. Two, one time I was crossing the street to catch a bus. Was kind of in a rush. Didn't quite look before I stepped as good as I should have, because I definitely just glanced and I thought I was good. Then I turned my head again once I already stepped off the curb. It's a big ass white van speeding at my ass at what felt like Mach 5. And I was like, and you know how deers do that dumb, I said deers, deer that dumbass thing where they just stop in the road and look at the car as getting to fucking in them?
Yeah, fight or flight or freeze.
My black ass froze like a dough. I was fucking done. I was like I had that anime moment, like down. I was fucking scared. I was like, oh! And then like this shit honked and I just clicked and I caught that fucking bus. I was out. Gone. And by that moment the bus's doors were already open. I fucking sped, hit a whole different gear, and was in the back of the bus before I even really realized I almost died. Or at least I felt like I was about to get fucking laid out. You know what I mean? So that was one. That shook me up. And then other than that, I mean, like, there's small scares, like you do some athletic shit, you think about the fall, some, like shit like that. But I think another major one, probably a similar one to the cop situation. When I think I've talked about it on the show, when I got arrested for running a red light while biking down like 2nd Avenue in Manhattan in like the East Village.
So many criminals on this goddamn show.
Yeah, I ran that red light, boy. There was no cars coming, but I'm gangster, nigga. So I ran the red light. I wasn't even driving.
Just imagine you on like a bike with a flag on the back.
Bro,
baseball cards in the spokes.
Bro, pretty much. It was the day before Thanksgiving. I got off of work. Probably just worked out. Heading home. And the thing is this, I never ever, even before this incident, because now I'm really like cautious about running red lights. Mainly I'm looking, like I'm trying to be more, like I try to be more slow, more over like careful about it if I'm gonna do it. And only a lot of times I just hop off my bike, walk it, and then I'll hop back on. But also I'm more cautious because I'm looking for cop cars now. Because I'm like, all right, I guess they are dicks about this sometimes. So anyway, I ran the red light. And even then, though, back then before the incident, I was always slow because I don't want to get fucking hit by a car. You know what I mean? So I always cross the red light slow. Or at least start slow. I'll make sure there ain't nothing. Really make sure nothing's there. I'm like halfway across the little crosswalk, I guess, like at that point, and then I'd speed back up. And then I had headphones in and my hoodie on, and someone tried to grab me from my right, and I just like shrugged and shoved the person off. And then before I could even get to the end of the block, it clicked, and I was like, "Oh, that was a fucking cop." And then next thing you know, before I could even get to the corner, fucking not a squad car, it was a whole ass van was on my ass, and he was sticking his head out the window, yelling at me. So I made a left to get off like the main road, and he made the left with me. And after that, we're going in between like avenues at that point. And, those streets get really narrow and it's a one way and this and that. And we're in Manhattan. And the officer thought it was a good idea to also start cutting me off while I'm on my bike with a fucking van because I ran a red light. It was mainly because I ego checked him and I probably made him not feel too good. Or let's say he was trying to, like it wasn't an ego. Let's say it wasn't an ego thing. Because mind you, the officer looked like John Bernthal playing Punisher. Yes, he looked like that. A little prettier, maybe. He looked like that. His hair, everything. But at the time, I didn't know what he looked like. But let's just say this guy who looked like that, who looked like the Punisher from Netflix, wasn't ego tripping off that situation. And he actually thought that I might have been in a escaping some crime scene or something on bike. Like I say, he actually like, oh no, I think I have a suspect here. It's like, damn, like what the fuck you think I do? Shot an old lady, nigga? Like you can do more damage to me than most crimes I could have possibly had just done by cutting me off with this fucking van right now, like this, So anyway, I had to fucking swerve off onto the sidewalk, and I at this point I'm in like oh shit, I'm like in the oh shit mode. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, like, and I'm really trying to think like, what do I do? Should I haul ass or do I stop? Should I hold out? Should I stop? This guy seems really hostile. I don't know if I want to stop at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And before he caught up with me exactly, when I realized he was a cop, I was thinking like, oh, should I turn back? And he just he escalated me into running some more because he scared me. He just came at me with the car, and I'm like, oh shit. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of like milking it and trying to decide, but I'm also like swerving off the fucking street onto the sidewalk. I'm trying not to hit trees and shit. You know what I mean? And like I'm still trying to figure this out. Like, you know, and this is the first time I ever had a actual bad interaction with the police officer, mind you. And I'm like 21, so and I'm a black dude. So like for me, like this is like, oh, you know, this is like, it's not familiar ground. It's like I'm there getting chased by police helicopters at like 11 years old. But like all jokes aside, though, I didn't have that experience. You know what I mean? So this is like the belly of the beast. You know, I'm 10 years older than what you were. You know, so it's like fuck. And I had to make an executive decision immediately because a woman was coming up the block with her stroller and her kid. And she was like holding a kid, and I think another kid was in the stroller. And I was like, I'm not gonna put this woman at risk for me to keep making my decisions. I just stopped. And the officer was like, he stopped the car and was like, get off the bike. And I was like, oh yeah. So that way he didn't think I was just gonna go again. And then I put the bike down, and then once I got off the bike, he just hopped up out of that car dumb fast. You know, did the whole pat down and all that. And during that whole situation, that's when I was my most scared. Once I got in the car and once he started talking to me a bit, once he like got through the initial pat down and then like was like, what are you carrying on? What the fuck you got on you? Blah, blah. And then like check my bag and shit like that. I was like, I don't have anything, bro. Like, you know, da da da. I didn't have nothing. And then he's just like,
It's my school books.
And then he had a moment where he was like, why'd you fucking run? And that's when I started calming down because I was like, he also was like, what the fuck? This definitely got out of hand. But he's kind of too far in at that point. So he proceeded to arrest me, held me in holding for an hour. It's not on my record. So this is me snitching on myself. It's not on my record, the arrest. And I had to pay the ticket like a year after the incident. I did try to fight them though. It didn't work. He showed up and he told on me. He told him, I was like, fuck you. I was like, damn it. He showed up. So yeah, and I paid him that day and it's over. But yeah, I was scared though for that. Felt like long, but it probably was like a 20, 15 second. Probably less than that. It's very short. So yeah. What about you, Aaron? What's your not so scary thing that you think is silly?
What's your illegal thing you did?
Yeah, what's your illegal thing? Well,
I've never done anything illegal.
Okay, that's horseshit. It definitely probably some internet shit.
What do you mean that's horseshit? Say one thing. What do you think?
I saw you blowing a girl back out in the middle of the park.
That was performance art. I had permits for that shit. You didn't see that she was wearing a fucking name tag that said America, all right? It was very tasteful.
Fucking America in the park.
I was rappelling of a cliff face, and that was pretty spooky. Thing is, it's only spooky because going down, you essentially have to just fall off of a cliff. But then once I was down there, you know, it was kind of just like, oh, this is just whatever. I'll just go down now. That's basically it. Aside from that, I don't know. When I was in school and I had parent-teacher conferences, I fucking dreaded those. Holy shit.
Wait, that was scary with you?
I had to make so many excuses. I had to do so much shit. I was planning events months in advance. Like, oh, we should go to like Carnegie Hall or something. Like, don't you want to go to like Africa, dude? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So that.
Oh, you weren't
just
allowed to the conference.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Because like, if I fucked up in a class, if I failed a class, I was like, I don't want to fucking hear it. But yeah, that was less fear, more just like anxiousness at having to like work finally instead of doing schoolwork. I making elaborate plans to get out of
That was weird.
Like, I don't know if anybody had Jupiter grades or something like that.
Yeah, did.
Yeah, shit like that. That I'd have to, take over passwords and emails and change shit around so they'd never be seen.
Wow.
And if you want something illegal that I've done, I don't know. I stole 25 cents that one time from that guy.
Oh, yo, you just a thief ass nigga. Thief ass nigga. You know what? Hold up. When was the last time you been in my house? I think some shit missing. Nigga, where my bed? Like, nah, yeah, this motherfucker. Don't ever let this nigga Aaron buy pizza from you. Cause he gonna short you by folding the money like origami, and you gonna be like, ooh, and then he gonna walk out, and then he gonna count it, and you gonna be like, oh, motherfucker, he got me again. That's pretty much what he did, minus the origami. He just kind of folded it regular.
Your answer was pretty boring.
He said his answers were pretty boring.
I mean, yeah, I don't get scared. I ain't scared. Oh, actually, hold on. One time when I was in Chicago, and it was like 3 a.m. or something like that.
Niggas just busting shots.
Yeah, I decided that I wanted to go to the south side. It was super late and super dark, and nobody was out there. It was also cold as fuck. And then just like seeing a group of people just kind of like standing on a corner, I was like, But then seeing a group of people just walking toward you is like,
And then they get close and realize you don't get flea and you ain't got nothing to steal, so they kept it pushing.
Yeah, and then they see that my shoes have holes and the police is burnt, and they're like,
ew, this nigga a base head. Like,
and also it's Christmas weekend. Damn, that's so sad.
Yeah, that nigga's like, yo, hey yo, little nigga, you want $1? Nigga, I ain't poor. Oh, word? Then run your pockets.
They want a little fanny pack just like full of crack and they're shoveling through like $1. Like, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I had a moment like that, sort of. I'm definitely name dropping here because these niggas is bitches. I was with my niggas, my niggas at the time, Dominic, who's my nigga now still. And then another nigga named Skylar. Who was another homie of mine, right? And I think it was, and then we also with Skylar's. No, was it Skylar's girl? Or was that another one of my white female friends? No. I just feel bad because I'm mixing up two friends of mine who I'm still friends with to this day. I don't remember which one of them. And they're not very similar. They're just both.
And you,
it is a folder. I got a couple of
female friends, like a fucking.
And they're just like a group. They're like a group of friends. They're a type of vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But no, actually,
person to you, so they say.
Yeah, hey. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I remember which one it was. So one of them, and basically we're just walking. We're walking. It was cold and shit, and then all of a sudden we see like a group of. And walking between avenues too, so we're not on like a main street in Manhattan, but we're far from like a ghetto ass neighborhood. We're like heading to like Chelsea, you know what I mean? And basically like there was a group of dudes who looked like they're probably like high school senior-ish type or whatever. A lot of them were like tall and big or whatever, but so was Dominic. That's pretty much it though at the time. And all these motherfuckers were like wearing ski masks, and hoodies and shit. But like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. You know, I was like, yeah, I noticed them, but it's like, all right, you just keep a watch, but you don't. Them niggas ran across the street to the other side of the street and were acting like they were going into an apartment building, pretending that they live there. They made this executive decision so fast. They'd just be like so scared. And I was looking across the street, like looking at them, like, what the fuck? They literally just ran away from me. And I'm like, yeah, I could run over there with them because I see why they're running, but I'm like, no, what you doing? And in a way, too, is like, I don't know, it just felt like y'all being a little bit racist. Y'all just being scared for no reason. It's like, come on now. Like, yes, I know niggas do bad stuff, but like, come on now. I don't mean, oh, niggas in ski masks, run away. Like, the And I feel like they got very far away. You're 15 feet. This is an avenue street. This is a two-way. I mean, if they wanted to beat your ass, they're just gonna run over there and beat your ass in front of this building. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. And mind you, like I said, pretending to go in, they didn't live there. They couldn't even get in because there's like a locked door. So I don't know, whatever. And I look at them and I was like, fuck out of here. And at that point, like, my nigga ego kicked in. I was like, fuck this. I'm walking through these dudes. So I proceeded to walk through them. And like one of them bumped me, but I didn't like, I saw it coming because he didn't move out the way. So we kind of just bumped each other. And then like, I spun around because I knew I had a feeling that they would. Because the bump was very like targeted. It wasn't like one of those like normal like stand your ground bumps. Like it was very targeted. And I matched the energy of it because I saw it coming, but I was like, all right. And then I turned around, he turned around, his boys turned around, and he got in my face and it was like, we got a problem, nigga. What the fuck? You know, just stupid nigga shit. And I was just looking, I was like, do we have a problem? And like one of his boys, like, I think pulled off his ski mask and was like, bro, chill, son, chill. And like, he's like, nah, fuck out of here. This nigga think he tough, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yeah, tough, maybe a little, but like, I know I'm not gonna win this fight, but it's like, I'd be damned if I'm just gonna run. Like, just like, fuck this dude. Like, get the fuck out of here. His boy could grab him on his shoulder, and them niggas just left. It went from there to that. And like, that was scary, but I was also ready to fight. You know what I mean? I was ready to try to fight for it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't like, oh, God. I mean, I wasn't a nigga who ran across the street. So, you know, and I was like, all right, I'm about to fight and I'm about to get my ass beat. But I ain't, you know, like, this is that. And I'm about to go down and I'm punching the shot this nigga who shoulder checked me, who's in my face right now. You know what I mean? And yeah, so yeah, and then them niggas kept going and they left and they were like hooting and hollering and laughing about it because that's all they were just trying to do. They were trying to just fuck with people. You know what I mean? Niggas getting in a group with just acting a fool. That's all it was. Like, I didn't think they were going to come on now. What the fuck? Like no. And like them niggas had backpacks on. Like them niggas just came from school too. What the fuck? Like they was looking to just fuck around after school. That's all it was. And then Skylar and Dominic fucking come across the street with their fucking nuts all shriveled up and tail between their legs, like punk ass
you're okay,
bitches.
Marion.
Yeah, bro. Niggas is like, bro, like they're like, what they say, like what's wrong with you? Why don't you just come on us? I was like, no, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like my pride would not have let me do that. You know what I mean? Also, it was like a thing of like, you don't do that, you know, like, and like I'm not a very street dude. I don't know all the code, but like that just didn't seem like the right call there. If you're not gonna really run, don't just run across the street. What are we gonna do then? If they decided to pursue us and we gave a pussy ass fucking like vibe, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And I went home and told my dad about it, who's definitely has a lot of street experience. He's like, no, what you do is the right thing. You don't turn your back like that. Like that, I guess in a way it's kind of like in nature when like a lion sees like the slow, weak, like wildebeest or some shit. They gonna pounce on that.
Yeah, what's the bear that you're supposed to run from versus the bear you're not supposed to run from?
You're supposed to run from black bears, I think, and grizzlies kind of stand your ground or some shit. Also, mind you, if you're going hiking, do not take this podcast as your end all be all on that advice, you fuck.
If you're going hiking, you don't listen to this podcast.
That white ass. Let me say. Let me say. But like, yeah, you know, like, nah, that's not, yeah, don't do that. But I think that's it. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a real 50-50 thing. Like, if you choose wrong,
if you choose wrong, fucking bears gonna fucking maul your shit.
It's like shit. Stand versus grizzly or run versus grizzly.
I think you stand, but
flip a coin.
No. Actually, I'm gonna put 50 Cent on stand with grizzly because I also heard because the big thing is that you cannot outrun a grizzly. They run as fast as like race horses, and that's going uphill. And the advice I've heard is when they get at you, keep your backpack on, because assuming you're camping or hiking, you keep your backpack on, you strap it tight, right? You bend over and curl up in like a fetal position, and you wrap you gotta keep your knees and legs covering your stomach and gut tightly, your elbows in to cover the rest, but you also got to get your hands big time, your hands and your forearms, if you can, around your neck. So that way they can't just snap your neck by biting it. And they can't rip out your intestines, and you keep your backpack on to protect your spine. Everything else you just gotta wait until they're done mauling your shit, and hopefully they don't really do bad.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Apparently, grizzlies, you curl up into a ball and play dead, and then black bears, you try to make yourself seem
big, right?
big and scary.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess never run from a bear,
Yeah.
unless it's like a panda.
In fact, just don't fuck with bears in general. If there are bears, beware.
Shoot them.
That's your JSPT tip. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've had any experiences like that. Actually, I've had like one or two where somebody will just like walk by and they'll be like, real brave to be wearing those colors around here. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh.
I only have one pair of clothes.
But like all you wear is blue, so like you cripping all the time. Then that's it. Like,
well, yeah. Except one time, this guy was like, "You're wearing a white hat," and this was like outside of like our middle school. Like this was really not that far out of the way, and it was super late. It was like maybe 3 or 4 a.m. because, and this sounds stupid, I wanted some RP for League, so I went to Best Buy.
oh,
But he was like, "Brave wearing a white hat." I'm like, I have no.
what?
He's talking about.
Who rapping white hat?
I don't know. Some small time gang. Maybe they're just trying to like build up their cred by pretending.
Klansman shit or something. I don't fucking white hat. Nigga, what the fuck? Anyway,
But yeah,
that's some bullshit. But I mean, nigga,
Yeah,
like
stuff
you
like
big as
that.
fuck. Like if niggas gonna press you, they better be ready.
yeah, that's usually kind of. I'm not.
And it's like you
consciously
just
thinking that,
tall
but-
too. You're heavy, nigga. Like that means so much in a street fight. Like in a street fight, like not an organized, like bro, you literally just grab a nigga and just fall on him, and then like there's no way you can fuck that up. You know what I mean? Like from there, like you don't really need to know how to fight like that. There's no way you
Yeah,
can fuck
that's
that
usually why I'm kind of just like not like I'm trying not to be confrontational usually because I'm like I really don't think that this is gonna escalate just based on like how they're behaving.
up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like
Yeah, same with like your shoulder check thing. Like, I don't think this is gonna go like off the rails, and somebody's gonna be like, "Well, it's knife time.
yeah. So
If you do not have a knife will be provided for you."
yeah. But yeah, it's like I don't know, and I don't know. That was just my interesting in that situation. It was like, I feel like we go across the street, they're just gonna notice that, and then they follow us. Then what? And oh, now I remember too. What came to mind? I didn't bring it up just now because I just completely X'd out their names. I can't remember who it was exactly. But that was my thing too. We couldn't run because and that's something I always thought about when you were like a crew. We're running. The slowest niggas get left, and they will get their ass beat. And in that situation, it was the girl and or Skylar. the reason why I say Skylar is not like, well, Skylar wasn't that fast, but
Was he wearing skinny jeans or something?
yeah, but that's not the reason why.
Okay.
It's just he's not very fast, but the thing is, me and Dominic were fast. You know what I mean? We would have been fucking gone. If it came time to haul ass, we would have been gone if we decided to run at our full speed to maximize our potential living. Skylar would have got left behind, and the girl. And the thing about the girl is that they probably want to, they maybe fucked with her a little bit, but they want to hit. I don't think they would have got violent.
Up. Yeah,
She only got beaten up. They're probably just trying to violate the bitch. Like, hey,
it would have been unpleasant.
you know, and probably like fuck with her because like, oh, yo, these niggas left you. That's crazy, bitch. Trying to suck some dick, like some dumb shit like that. Whereas with Skylar, like, oh no, this nigga would have got his ass beat, and that was back in like high school days, and we
just for running.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he got fucked
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's also what came to mind. I was like, because actually, yeah, there was a little moment where we talked about it for a second. They're like, yo, should we go street? Like these niggas is coming, blah blah. I was like, no, don't run. Running is not no. We can't run. And in my head, I'm just like, if we run, you two niggas is getting left. And also, if we cross the street like on some other shit or walk back up the block the other way, is like that literally is just like us stopping right now is showing them up the block that, oh, these niggas are literally talking about how they're scared of us right now as we approach. Let's fuck with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you watch Scooby Doo, you know not to split up.
Exactly. So yeah,
Or not Scooby Doo, because somehow that always works out for them. If you watch a regular horror movie, you know not to split up.
Oh, I think another thing too is what might have helped and it not be fully instinct is well, first of all, my dad told me stories and stuff growing up about his life. But one time I was much younger. I might have been like 10, 9. Me, my dad, and my sister were leaving my grandmother's house, and she lives up in Spanish Harlem, in like a project, and left at like 3, 4 in the morning or some shit, nigga, and like, yeah, so it was like, it was like errand hours, and basically there was a big ass mob of motherfuckers across the street, just yelling and arguing and shit, and you know, as me and my dad, my sister walking up the block. And I'm walking ahead and I'm like, la, la, la. It's like, but still like looking. I'm like, oh, look, niggas being niggas. And the next thing you know, some nigga just put his hand up and had the blicky and just started like, bow, bow, bow. I was like, bro, looked at my dad. I turned back up to where the train was. I about to hit the Olympic stride, nigga. I was about to be gone as fast as my little ass could. Before I could finish my first stride, my dad was like, don't you fucking move. I had the skirt so fucking fast on the other foot, I probably burnt off like 2 inches of fucking rubber on that bitch. I was like, I look back at him, I'm like, nigga, they busting shots. What you mean don't run? My dad was like, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Keep walking. And I'm like, oh, fuck, nigga. My heart is like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? They busting shots. I done seen this in movies. Niggas die. And then, next thing you know, the nigga with the gun, he runs right in front of me and my dad. But I was ahead of my dad, so right in front of me. Like, he looks at us, and as he's running by us to run into the park to my right, he's tucking the gun in his fucking waist. And he kept pushing. He just looking at us, you know, because like, all right, some niggas just told me bust my shit, you know what I mean? And it was probably trying to make sure we weren't over there, and that's what the key was. Once the nigga passed, my dad was like, if you would have fucking ran, he would have thought we were probably one of the people over there, and we could have got fucking shot in our back. And I was like, yo, you my nigga, son. I was like, yo, this nigga cold. He just react like that. He just knew. I was like, yo, this nigga the OG. Oh my God. And I was like, okay, bet. If he see shit, I'm taking your advice. Because he was, and like the nigga ran in our direction too. Like my little ass, I thought I was going to be gone. I probably got 10 feet. My dad would have got like 10 feet. And maybe if the nigga was really seeing that much red and wasn't thinking, he would have shot the nigga that was with his 2 kids, even though obviously there was no kids in the altercation. You know what I mean? Like shit like that happens. Like, you know? So I was like, damn, son, like, that's like street woke. That's like, yeah, and that should open my eyes. And I think that might have been it too. That sort of vibe, like hearing those stories from my dad and all that stuff. And I guess it prepared me for the situation there. To just like, you gotta try to enter like a stoic, non-frazzled mindset as quickly as you can, because when you start panicking, that's when you can make reckless decisions and stuff like that, you know. I'm not saying I'm some expert on street safety, but that's just what I know. That's my experience, you know.
But yeah, but like, don't act erratically around somebody who's acting irrationally.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
yeah.
It's like same with like cops. Basically, like, oh, I'm gonna do a fucking handstand in front of the cops. Like, well, now you're just dead. Like, sorry.
Cops like, everyone, stop moving. What if I just fart really loud? Like nigga, you that might push me over the edge. Might beat your ass.
It's like all my balls itch. Like
you're scratching them profusely. Like, nah, nigga, your fungus gotta wait.
Damn, that story's crazy.
Yeah, that one
also
that one was wild.
Pretty cool. Don't move. You're like,
bro, I was so fucking like, I felt. Oh, dude, it was crazy. Yeah, I don't tell that story that often. I really don't. It's funny, but yeah, that shit was nuts, son. That was nuts. And the moment I got home, and like this is funny too. This is like a persistent thing with my dad. Whenever some shit go wrong or it goes south with me, him hanging out, the moment I get in the crib, I'm like, mama, and this nigga just face palms every time. It's just like, oh my fucking God, like he couldn't let me try to tell her in a more like rational way. I ran her. Mama, niggas was shooting. Like, it's like niggas She's around, motherfucker. He's like, no. And then once I get like, and I calm down, I like start explaining like, no, but daddy told me do this, do that. And actually, I saw a moment in her eyes where she was like, that's my man. Like, he held it down. But also, but there was also a little look in her eye though, where it was also like, but nigga, I told you I had him home by 12. Which he definitely had us out way later than we were supposed to. But you know, fuck it. That's hanging out with pops, I guess.
Yeah, every day's an adventure.
Yeah, it's something.